What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done one of these quick look videos, but I just picked up a new indie game. It's called Enter the Gungeon, and it's pretty freaking awesome. So I thought I would do a little quick look video. I mean, this is a recent release, just came out, so it's been out for a few days, but it's still pretty recent. So I thought that this is the type of game that I could just jump in, play a round or two, and jump off. But you guys can get a taste for what the game's like. So basically, the way I would describe Enter the Gungeon is basically a mix of Binding of Isaac and Nuclear Throne. And I'm not the first person to make the correlation. I'm not going to try and say that this is some great thing that I discovered, some great correlation. But regardless, it's got the fast-paced uh, gameplay that Nuclear Throne is known for, but then has the more like individual rooms set up with a larger map setup of like Binding of Isaac, along with some power-ups that drop throughout the game. You get passives, and then there's tons of guns, which is kind of more like Nuclear Throne. So it's a good marriage of the two, and it's an apt description of this game. But it is roguelike. It's got permadeath. There's a few different characters you can choose from. Each have their own strengths and weaknesses. And that's it. You pretty much just try to survive, try to get as far as you can go. And I will say it is pretty difficult. I have only made it past. I've made it to the second boss so far. So I have played through a couple rounds, did a couple things, but decided, this is still relatively new to me, just like it would be to you if you've never played it. So let's just jump right in and check it out. So as of right now, I have the music turned off because it is a little, it's cool, but it's distracting when I'm trying to formulate cognitive thoughts. So anyhow, this is the basic beginning of the game. There is a little bit of an intro movie that explains things, but basically you're one of these four people and you are trying to get through this gungeon so that you can get a gun that can kill time. Uh, the point in that, not exactly sure. But anyway, so there's the convict, you have the pilot, the marine, and the hunter. Now, once you're a character, you can actually highlight this other guy over here. I don't remember what he's called. Let's see. I'll just pick one so I can show you. See, the cultist. And then it says when you go to talk to him, he's only available for co-op, whereas if you go and talk to this person, it'll say change character, and you could say yes, and then now you're that character. So far I haven't really seen too much advantage, disadvantage between them. I have played them all already, and each will start with some sort of weapon. Um, these two guys start with pistols. I have not actually played her yet, so I lied. This one over here starts with a crossbow and a revolver that shoots really fast. I rather liked that character. That's how I made it to the second boss. So anyway, when you first start off, there is a tutorial over here that will explain all of the maneuvers to you, but since I have gone through that, I'm not going to do it again. This is where you enter the dungeon, or the gungeon, and this is where the magic starts. So, being roguelike, or roguelite, which is probably the more apt term these days, each time you start, the first entry room will look like this, but where the exit spawns will be different each time. Sometimes it will be multiple, etc. So even though there are half handcrafted rooms, there is a lot of randomization. So here's this chick. Starts with a handgun as well, but it seems to be more rapid fire than one of the other guys. Feels more like the other female character's gun. So as you can see, I mean, that's a lot like Nuclear Throne, but except for once you come into a room, the doors close, you have to clear the encounter, and then you may move on to the next room. This is a teleporter. When more are open, you can teleport, which is nice. You can fast travel across larger rooms. Mostly everything is interactable, but it's mostly just like if you run into stuff, you can break it. Tables you can knock over to take for cover. But I haven't seen anything drop out of anything, so you can pretty much ignore stuff except for things that are interactable. There isn't like crafting materials or anything to worry about. So then you go to the next room, get the next thing. Reloading is more of a thing in this game than Nuclear Throne. It only had reloading when you were playing with a crossbow, which is still a thing when you're playing the hunter, but not a common weapon for everyone else. Most of the time you're using bullets. Your starting weapon will always be infinite, so that you have, at least on this normal difficulty. I think there are other difficulties that might make it to where you start without a gun, or have limited ammo supply. And as you can see, there are different enemies that do different things, and some of it is pretty ridiculous. But thankfully, you also have a roll, and the roll makes you invulnerable, provided that you time it correctly. But it is also feels a little bit more bullet hellish than Nuclear Throne, but I mean, between the two, I like them both. You know, I don't really feel like I should have to choose. I feel like they're both good games. And I just like the way this one's set up more like Binding of Isaac in the way it plays. Well, here's a boss level. So, you know, and the bosses are random each time, just like Isaac. The passives are more reminiscent of Isaac, but the gunplay is very reminiscent of Nuclear Throne. It's just having that invulnerability adds, you know, to the bullet hell nature, because they can make a hell of a lot more come at you because you have the ability to go invulnerable. Whereas in Nuclear Throne, you know, you had to avoid death at all costs. Now, having played quite a bit of Nuclear Throne, I think I may have an advantage over someone who's never played that game. But I think you would have a similar skill set having played Binding of Isaac as well. So I think this game lends itself to veterans of either title. But this was on my most anticipated list a couple years ago at E3. I've been following it for a while. I knew it was something I was going to end up picking up because I was so fond of Nuclear Throne. Okay, so this one's a dead end. So now in this case, you know, you could just walk or you could just teleport. Why walk when you can teleport? I mean, fuck it, I wish I could do that in real life. Oh, that's the first time that's happened. Okay, so most of the time these chests are unlocked, but a lot of times you will find locks. I actually do have a key, so I got to unlock it, which gave me C4. Oh, I guess I dropped whatever that was, Molotov. Honestly, I'm not even sure how to use those. Ah, okay. Space is your special. Does that? No? Okay. It looks like it is on a cooldown. Okay, that's a Molotov. And a C4. Okay. Okay. It looks like maybe it's on some sort of long cooldown. Not exactly sure. As I said, I'm still learning the game. But I think that gives a more accurate first impression than someone who spent 60 hours with a game and then gives you a review. At least I mean, that has its value too, don't get me wrong, but just, it is kind of nice to get the newbie perspective rather than having some guy tell you, oh yeah, after spending 1,000 hours, I think it's a good game. You also get to learn things with me, so exciting stuff, I know. That's why you follow me, right? For all of the exciting stuff. I should have teleported. Running around is boring. Ooh, that was a lot of grenades. Easy room, though. Okay, here's a shopkeep. I've got 47 bullet things here, so you can buy stuff. Table tech blanks. Don't know what that is. Ammo. Full heart, half heart, a key. Nothing really good. Sometimes he has guns, and so a lot of the times they're a lot better than what you have. So I forgot I had this shotgun. But see, that this one has limited ammo. So I tend to try and save that for the boss, if at all possible. Okay, got a little half heart there. A new gun. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. I think that's everything. Alright, time to take out the boss. See which one I face this time. I've seen 2 or 3 of them, but I'm not sure how many there actually are, option-wise. Okay, so these are different guys that I've seen before, but this weapon seems pretty effective. Got you. Alright. I've managed to do that a couple times at least, but... Okay. What was that? Sawed-off ammo. Oh, okay, ammo. And I got a Colt. Okay, so apparently a Colt now shoots multiple bullets. It has burst fire. Okay, Gungeon, whatever you say. Now, since this run is going pretty good, I'm probably just going to play through the one life. We'll see how far I manage to make it, and then that should give you a pretty decent overview of the game. Because I really don't think there's a whole lot much more to it than this. But that's good. It's simple in its design and it's effective. It's also good to know that you can knock them down into those pits. Did not realize that prior. Oh god, this stuff sucks. Good job. Key? I will take that. Oh, you gotta reload faster than that. The reload mechanic is really difficult to get around sometimes. But I guess it's something that you should be used to if you've ever played a first-person shooter, which I have played many. Surprisingly, I have not gotten any. Never seen a sniper before. It's even a 50 cal bullet. That makes sense. Here we go. Huff it. Run faster. Oh, these things suck. Oh man, these things suck. No. No. Okay. Thankfully they don't take a whole lot of energy. Oh god. Oh god. Get out of there. Shotgun. Oh no. Oh, it's this is not a good spot to be in. Oh, I do not know how I lived through that. Whew. Okay. Let's go visit the shopkeep. See what kind of goodies he's got for me. Gas mask. Grappling hook. Primer. I don't know what any of this does. Armor would be good. Health would be good too. Armor gives you basically another hit. Kind of wish that you had a melee attack though. Like, for the off chance that you ran out of ammo altogether. But then again, that would kind of take away from the challenge, so. We're almost back to full health. Sweet. Those are like ninja bullets. These things are annoying too. Gungeon, what in the world? It's a huge bug. That's pretty awesome, but no me gusta. Oh shit. From calm to really screwed up all at once. Whew. This gets pretty intense. I'm the boss. Looks like that might be the only other room left. See, I don't know what this is about. Can I blow it up? No? Yeah, no idea. Damn, dude, I took way too many hits there. Ugh. Phew. Oh. Did he have a key? He's got a key. I don't know. Oh. Oh. Iraqi. Okay, so that did get me into that room. Okay, so it's just a room you can't get into. What have we here? Dodge up. Okay, so see, that's like a passive that's more like Binding of Isaac. Oh, what the hell is that? Did I go this way? Oh, I've seen this before, and I don't know what it is. He's saying no. Can't open. And there's like a girl. Yeah, I'm thinking that maybe this is either like another playable character, and you have to, have some sort of prerequisite thing to get in there. Some sort of key. Maybe you got to come back to it. I have no idea. And then I've seen this before too. There's like an altar up here. The altar is empty. Like maybe sometimes there's a gun there if you rescue the chick or something. I'm not sure. But either way, that's the end of this level. Let's see if I can beat boss number 2 this time. A Medusa. Where are the usual? Okay, I was like, where's the gun reference? The gore gun. Their sense of humor is pretty funny. Maybe that's what the gas mask is for? That's... yeah, this is gonna be fun. Oh, shit. Nope. Not gonna beat the level 2 boss again. And there's your roguelike permadeath. Yes. I think this is the total amount of times I've died. Then it'll show you, I was playing the convict, the Gungeon. Lasted 18 minutes, made a little bit of money, made some kills. Had a decent inventory. Done and done. So yeah, that is Enter the Gungeon. That is basically what you can come to expect from the game. Each new time that you play, a new world generates. You can play several different characters. Again, they have their own little perks and different things that you can get. And apparently there's co-op, but it's only local. It's unfortunate that these games, Nuclear Throne did the same thing. I don't know why they can't have online co-op, because this would be a lot of fun to play with friends, and friends that aren't necessarily sitting in the room. But hey, it is what it is. It's still a good game. I'd highly recommend it for players or gamers who played Binding of Isaac and Nuclear Throne. You will enjoy it. That's all I got to say about it. Check it out. It's on sale on Steam for a few more days, but otherwise it's normally priced at $15. Totally worth it. Check it out. I'll catch you guys next time.